Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today I'm going to be going over my final thoughts and overall game week preview for game week 10 now that we've had injury updates to the likes of Mitrovic and players like that. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. What are you doing with your game week 10 team? Any transfers you're thinking of making? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So starting things off, this is how my final team for game week 10 is looking. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be rolling the transfer this week unless we get any early team news or anything like that. So I've Gaeta in goal at home to Leeds. I think Leeds have failed to score like in 2 of the last 4 games or something, so not confident for a clean sheet, but I think I wouldn't be surprised to see one. So yeah, hopefully he can reward me with 6 points or maybe even more for bringing him in on my wild card. Of course, didn't get anything really against Chelsea, got like 1 point, was unlucky to concede in like the last couple of minutes or whenever it was, but I brought him in for the fixtures that I've got coming up. And yeah, Gaeta, I think he needs to reward me for all these sea of green fixtures coming up, a lot of home games as well. So yeah, looking forward to seeing all the points that he's hopefully going to get me. The back line though is just James, Cancelo, Trippier, and I've got to play Dalot this week, and I'll get onto that in a minute. But yeah, James at home to Wolves, I think this is whole potential. They've currently not got a manager. James looks really lively in the Champions League, picked up a goal and an assist, I do believe. So really exciting to see what he can do against Wolves. Of course, what players do in the Champions League has no correlation to what they do in the Prem. I mean, Trent went and scored a really good free kick and got 0 points against Brighton, so it's just the two variables. Yeah, Cancelo at home to Southampton, no way I'm getting rid of him this week at all. Trippier at home to Brentford, and like I say, Dalot away at Everton. Midfield is Zaha at home to Leeds. I think Zaha is also very capable of hauling very soon on penalties as well. Again, brought him in on the wild card for these fixtures. Probably should have brought someone else in last week like Foden or Bowen or something like that, and then went to Zaha this week. That would have been the smarter idea, but either way, it is just what happens. Salah away at Arsenal, Maddison away at Bournemouth, Martinelli at home to Liverpool, and then up top I've got Haaland captain at home to Southampton, but I'm pretty sure everyone who owns him is going to be captaining him this week. And then Tony away at Newcastle. My bench is Iverson, Mitrovic, Andreas Pereira, and then Kilman away at Chelsea. So that is what my team is shaping up to be like for game week 10. Let's move on to obviously the burning questions and stuff, and it is what to do with Mitrovic this week. Obviously he did get a price drop, should I say, overnight, which is a little bit unfortunate. He's worth 6.8 now, but Marco Silva actually said, like, gave us an injury update and stuff. It's just literally happened. That's why I waited till now to record the video, because obviously I wanted the press conference and stuff, because that would decide what I did with Mitrovic. And these are the comments. So Silva on Mitrovic: he's still a doubt. He was outside this morning doing some work. He's getting better, but still a doubt. Says he will be assessed tomorrow. Injury is the kick to his foot in the international break versus Sweden. So he's a doubt for this weekend. But he's getting better. So to me, what that says is that he's probably going to not necessarily, he might not miss the whole 90 minutes against West Ham, but he may come on as like a sub or something and get a few minutes under his belt. I personally think that means that he's going to be back for Bournemouth, which is of course the fixture that a lot of people want him for, because to sell him for the fixtures that he's got coming up, I think, is a bad idea. So obviously, let's say he misses West Ham, which is of course why I'm playing Dalot this week, because again, I don't think Mitrovic will start. It honestly, like I say, he's going to be assessed and stuff, but I think Dalot away at Everton is still an okay fixture for Dalot, so I'm okay with playing him regardless, and I don't really want Mitrovic to come on for like a 1-pointer. Could come on and score a pen or something like that, obviously could happen, but I think it's safer to bench him this week. But then after that, like I say, his fixtures are just so good. He has Bournemouth at home, Villa at home, Leeds away, and then Everton at home. Like, these 4 fixtures are why people brought him in on wildcards, and if he's only a doubt and he's getting better, I think that basically means that he's going to be back for Bournemouth. So if I was a Mitrovic owner, which I obviously am, I think it's a hold. I think it's a hold. I mean, who do you really go to be fair? Like, if you are taking a hit this week, then you obviously can bring in like Kane or something and get rid of a midfielder if you do have Salah. Like, one of the options I could do this week, and again, I'm still umming and ahhing about, but I don't think it's worth it, is obviously getting rid of Salah, bringing in Bowen, who's like had the most shots in the box out of like all midfielders or something this season. It's crazy, something like that. So I could get rid of Salah for Bowen, and then I could get rid of Mitrovic and bring in Kane. And then obviously I've got Kane for Brighton away this weekend, and then Everton at home the next game week, which is obviously quite a nice game week because Haaland obviously has Liverpool. But at the same time, I do want Salah for like the really good fixtures that they've got coming up. So I don't think it's worth taking a hit this week, even though that would, like, if I took a hit, I would really like my team like this. But to be fair, I'd obviously have Bowen for Fulham away, Southampton, Fulham at home. Southampton's always a good fixture. But then like Liverpool away is a tough one, and especially in game week 12 as well, where you kind of want to be playing players that have decent fixtures, because obviously that's the week where Arsenal and City blank, so you're going to be using your bench in that week. And then obviously he has Bournemouth at home and then United away, so it's kind of like bad then good, really. So I don't know. I don't think it's really worth it, and I'm still got faith in Salah. I mean, he scored in the Champions League. It was a penalty, but he looked really good. He was putting so many chances on the plate for Nunes. So I don't know. I think he's a keep right now. And then again, after the City game, which again is at Anfield, so I guess they've got a little bit of a boost there. And again, I think all prior form goes out the window for Liverpool City. I think it's just such a massive clash of titans. I think anyone can really, I mean, I expect City to win that game, but it is at Anfield. I expect a goal fest, like usually is. There's quite a few goals in that game, and hopefully Salah will be on the end of it. And of course, after that, for game week 12, he's a captaincy option when obviously City blank, so that's a really nice bonus. And then he's got Forest straight after that, and then Leeds at home. Yeah, Spurs, fair enough, tough game, but then Southampton, Villa, Leicester. So yeah, it's just kind of weighing the options. I just think for game week 12, he's just such a good captaincy option. And yeah, that's kind of why I want to really keep him. And again, I think he can score against Arsenal. I think he can score against City. And he's a lot less owned now by a lot of people. Like, a lot of people getting rid of him. He's only 30% owned. So he's actually a little bit of a differential, kind of, which you never expect to say about Salah. So personally, that's what I'm thinking of doing. If I roll this week, I'll have 2 transfers for next week. And again, I don't really know what I'm going to do next week either. Obviously, if we get more Mitrovic news and, like, you know, he definitely is out for like Bournemouth and stuff and Villa or whatever, then obviously I'll have to get rid of him. But at this point in time, I don't necessarily think I need to kind of use a transfer. Plus, I want to be using my transfers on players that I want to bring in for like game week 12 that have nice fixtures. So I'd probably get rid of, I don't even know why I brought Dalot in on a wild card, to be fair. Like, obviously he's good for the Everton fixture, but you know, then he's got Newcastle, Tottenham and Chelsea, so don't really know why I brought him in, to be fair. It wasn't really the smartest decision, but either way, he's in the team now, and yeah, I'll be playing him this week. But there are obviously good players with like, there's like Justin as well that I could bring in for Leicester, who will have Leeds in game week 12, which is a nice option. So I could easily downgrade Dalot or Kilman to Justin in that game week. So yeah, I'd like 2 free transfers going into like around game week 11ish, game week 12. I think it would be much more beneficial. But apart from that, like, Isak is going to be kind of apparently he's going to be, I guess, just brought in slowly. So again, if you still own Isak, it might be worth getting rid of him. Obviously Neto is injured as well. It's a big injury. I mean, I don't think really many people own him anymore anyway, but yeah, he's out until like after the World Cup. I'm trying to think of other big injuries. Robertson should be back soon. I think they're like the main injuries, to be fair, that like people generally have. Obviously the other big question is whether you bring in like City players this week or not, like the Fodens, the De Bruynes. I don't think it's necessarily worth it now. Like, obviously Southampton at home is a really good fixture, but then they've got Liverpool and then a blank. So it's like, if you were going to bring in Foden or Bowen, I'd probably go Bowen, because Bowen over the next 3 fixtures I think outscores Foden, because obviously Bowen has Fulham, Southampton, then Liverpool over the next 3, whereas Foden has Southampton, Liverpool, and then a blank over the next 3. So they both play Liverpool, they both play Southampton, but then Bowen has a fixture against Fulham at home, whereas Foden has no one. So, like I say, if you were going to bring in like one of those players, I would more opt for like Bowen. I mean, out of all of those options, like out of all the 8 million players right now, if I was going to bring someone in, it would be Zaha or Maddison, because they obviously have a nice fixture in game week 12, and they've just both got really good fixtures going up until like game week 16 and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at for game week 10. Obviously, I've got 0.6 in the bank, so that'll be useful to have down the line. Again, I'd like a little bit more money, but I brought in 2 4.5 mil defenders. Like, a bit of an idiot, to be fair. I shouldn't have done that. I should have brought in like a, I mean, I was going to bring in Patterson, but obviously he got injured, so that's why I had to kind of go for Dalot or Kilman. But I mainly brought in Kilman as well for like the Forest game as well. And then obviously they've got okay fixtures. It's just a nice bench option, to be fair. But of course, Wolves then got rid of their manager, so that was really unfortunate. So it is what it is. But anyway, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Again, leave a comment. What is your Game Week 10 team looking like? What ideas have you got going on? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. That's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.